Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of RuneNews. I am your host, Ryan, and it's bloody good to be back here. 2-week hiatus because we were doing the subathon, the largest and most successful old school RuneScape uncapped subathon in YouTube streaming history. Appreciate to everyone that came by and supported. You guys are champions. Greatest community in old school RuneScape, hands down. What do we got this week? I don't know. Forestry Part 2. A lot of people don't like it. I don't really care. We're going to go through the update and have a bit of fun. But before we do, one question for you to answer in the comment section down below. Liking and subscribing while you're there, of course, is if you came to the subathon, what was your best part? What was your best part? What was your most favorite part about the subathon? What did you enjoy the most? What could I do to improve it next time? And that's about it. I'm really happy with the way it went. You guys are awesome. And let's get into the news. Good luck. Forestry Part 2 is the selling point for this week of Old School RuneScape's update. We have heard about this all year long, so we all know what Forestry is about. This week, or this update, introduces brand new events that were completely revamped that we have gone through in the past previously. Expansions to the shop. Two-handed axes, which was a shit show up until recently. They've now fixed it that they work like normal axes when you haven't got any charges, which I believe are called rations, like woodcutter rations or some shit. I don't know. Basically, if you have these rations, Forester's rations, you will have a 10% chance while successfully chopping to gain 10% more XP, but 20% chance to not get a log out of it. This consumes one ration. If you don't have any rations, it's fine. It's a normal woodcutting axe, and you're good to keep chopping. So that's a good change, to be honest. The run energy system was shit. They all look amazing, so get a two-handed axe. It sounds like it's not worth having a single-handed axe anymore. Sawmill vouchers are actually busted as fuck, especially for Ironman, so grab a bunch of these, 150 anemic infused bark for 10 vouchers, and it basically just means 2 planks, 1 log. And it works with the plank make spell as well, so that's huge. The Twitch's gloves, Twitch's for cucks, so we don't care about that. And the cape pouch only matters if you have 99 woodcutting, I'm pretty sure. Couldn't care less anyway. Campfires, no one gives a shit. And then we got shooting star updates. Now, the changes to shooting stars was also discussed last week. Very simple changes. Jagex came back on a few of the changes, which is good. The shop prices aren't changing anymore, but shooting stars will now only crash between 6 and 9 tier stars, which means that you can't mine a brand new star unless you're at least level 60 mining, which holds off all the lower level bots and, you know, alt accounts until they're at least level 60. Every tier lasts 7 minutes now, regardless of tier level. 63 minutes is the total length of a level 9 star, regardless of gender. That's really all the important shit about it. Technically, it's less dust, but more XP. I don't really know or care, but you can't get crystal shards anymore in the Priv stars, which I don't know how I feel about. I wasn't really taking advantage of that. I think if it was initially a bug, then that's totally fine. It makes sense that you could, but it also is a problem if you can, because that's where everyone will rush to. Everyone favors Priv stars. So if you're encouraging people to spread out across the worlds for shooting stars, then I'm all for it. Crystal shards aren't that hard to get, let's be honest. You can get clue scrolls again from mining shooting stars, and random events and cannons will no longer they'll now be disabled around shooting stars, which is also huge. We missed all the genies anyway. Other changes, spellbook swap is now cancelled at the beginning of Last Man Standing, which is good. No. And PvP is no longer on the Oz worlds for LMS, but it is for the Bounty Hunter worlds. And that wraps up Old School RuneScape RuneScape 3 has had a lot of time to be able to rebuild their trust with the player base while RuneNews has been away for the past 2 weeks. A lot of creators from RS3 have come over to Old School RuneScape, particularly to try things like Hardcore Ironman mode and Group Ironman. But the question is, can Jagex get RuneScape 3 back on the map for these players and keep the game alive and running? And the reality is I don't think they can, because RuneScape 3 is fucking dog shit. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Grand Exchange segment for RuneNews. My name is Wade Green. It's been a good 2 weeks off, but this time we're going in full swing, big dig. Today, the biggest rise is the Guardian boots because of the announcement of the Colosseum in Valamor, showing that the Guardian boots have potential to be upgraded to be big AoE recoil melee boots, which is excellent. It really puts them ahead of the primordial boots in terms of DPS. This is a great change that hopefully gets implemented. I would not invest yeah, I would actually advise investing in Guardian boots, provided that the poll goes through. Play this game at your own risk. I don't invest personally because I think it's a joke. You'll never beat the Grand Exchange. Ironman mode wins in that aspect. But if you're looking to invest in something, Guardian boots might not be a bad shout, but maybe don't do it yet. Just watch the polls, watch the content blogs, and just see where it develops. Because if they back out on this idea, you're going to be out on money. So for now, hold off, see what happens. Be prepared to invest if you need to. Now, the mole slippers, as you can see, the pyramid scheme is fully in effect at the moment. Now, this is a mistake made by myself because of the 2 weeks we took off during the subathon. That has really kind of taken a hit in the aspect of value for mole slippers. But this is totally fine. It's called buying on the dip so we can rise back to the top at 30 mil a pair. Now, this is obviously a misunderstood price. They're still worth well over 1 million. We were at 1.7 million GP at some point, and we will rise above that. We even hit 3 mil at one point, which is why this chart that Mod Ash sent in is a motherfucking scam. So buy your mole slippers today because there is no better time than now. Look at that. That dip, guarantee you next week, we'll be on our way to competing against this dip here. We're going straight back up. You're going to see a mountain of motherfucking blue here. Mole slippers will be back on the rise this time next week. RuneNews back in full effect. My name is Wade Green, but I am not investing in mole slippers personally for anyone that asks for legal reasons. And now the Turmican Shadow Uncharged. Now this is important to understand here. People think this is because bots. Oh, there's 500 TOA bots that are now in the game. They've been in the game for 6+ fucking months, okay? Cut the shit. Okay, the public knows about it now. This isn't because of bots. This is because idiots like you think that the bots are affecting the price, and you're panic selling and people are capitalizing on your stupidity. That is legit the problem. If you go back and look at any item in the game, any big ticket item, bots do not affect it one bit. Bow of Farden, Heeden, Harten, Hoogen, Schmoogadugan. Any of the rings coming from Desert Treasure. Look at the Cox items. Chambers of Xeric is getting some love at the moment. TOA has been forgotten. Okay, the shadow is dropping because of pure opinion and fear, not fact. Fact never affects price in this game. It is all about opinion. It is all about what you can do to make money off the other person. So the shadow is not dropping. In fact, this isn't even a price crash. It's only 1.3 bill. That's totally fine. When it hits 700 mil, then we can talk about it crashing. My name is Wade Green. I've got a bigger dick than you. Have a good night. This week's first Ironman moment goes to a non-prestiged blue helmet group Ironman. I like to make it clear that even though they have a blue helmet, they are not prestige. I think all non-prestige group Ironman should be green, and you should only have a blue helmet if you're prestige. It's a dumb system Jagex came up with. Doesn't matter. The point is, Gim Shanghai got like an Armadillo chain skirt or some shit. I don't know. The cunt can't take a screenshot to save his life, considering the size of the dog, and there's no way I'm spending my own time resizing it. So get your shit together. Jeezy on the drop. Not prestige Gim. Next we have Cute and Funny with 3 shadows. This is his entire log. Look at that. Look at that shit. The shadows were all solos. He hasn't even got 300 expert completions yet, and look at all that shit. Man is insane. So he's banned from the clan now. And finally we have OSR's Goku laying the smackdown in the wilderness. I believe he was being harassed on a Slayer task and ended up in 5 or 6 fights with this one guy and eventually got him and scored 24 mil in a PK. Stuff of the Dead, DFS, 4 mil worth of untradables, Dragon Crossbow, the works. Beautiful stuff, the sort of shit I would lose if I took that sort of gear out PKing to the Slayer cave for some reason as a solo. But Jeezy on the PK, big night. RuneNews is back and we fucking love it. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for coming by, everyone. My name is Ryan. Do not Google Ryan from Western Australia, however, because you do not want that in your internet search history. He is not a good guy, and I think he's out of prison sometime this year. He probably already is. See you later. See you next week. Come to the live stream tomorrow. BTC's Real Trades. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge. You got a big boy.